Hello, hello. Welcome to my space. I hope you are doing well. So, I took a few cards in order to feel what we are going to talk about. And I won't lie to you, I am so curious. The cards that came out is first of all assertion, then discovery, and then control. So, here the setting and the subject, it is that somebody has asserted something, they have claimed something with confidence, like if it is a truth. I'm saying like if it is a truth because in the second place we have discovery, right? So it is kind of okay, somebody has is very very sure about something, and then they are discovering something. And I kind of feel, even though we are not in the opening, and I won't use those cards for the opening because those are not good cards to use for what I do. For a few cards, it's great, but not more. But even though we are in the second position, so I kind of feel that there is something here that was discovered about you. And then we have control. So, this is reflecting to me on so many readings that we are doing, right? About somebody who has claimed things about you, smear campaign, all those kind of things. So, I'm very, very curious. Interesting, I'm just paying attention now. We have a 1, a 9, which is a 10, and then we have a 10, right? So, we have the assertion, the discovery, and then we have the control, right? So we kind of feel here that somebody discovered that in fact somebody was trying to control a narrative, right? This is what appears to me here. Yeah, okay, I will put it here to the side. I don't know if you can see it, but it's not very important. I want to have them for myself here. Very interesting. I'm very, very curious. So let's take a deck. And let's take our 9 theme cards and see what's coming up. Wait, I'm going to put on my glasses. Okay, so let's see. Very curious about this. Wait, I just want to shuffle a little bit. This deck is a little bit big, so I cannot shuffle it all at once when the deck is whole. Assertion, discovery, and control. So interesting. So on theme, right? Wait, I will try. I don't think that I have small hands. I don't know how other people are shuffling them. Okay, so let's see. Let's get into it. The 10 of Cups. This Ace of Cups in reverse I will put back. Okay, interesting. 10 of Cups. Tell me more here. The 10 of Swords. Turning it clockwise. Okay. In the second position, the 10 of Swords. Okay. This is very, very interesting. The 10 of Pentacles? What is going on here? We only have 10. You remember how I told you here that 1 and 9 is doing 10, and then we have another 10 here. And everything that comes out is 10. What is going on here? This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay. Let's continue. Tell me more here, please. The 8 of Swords in reverse. Okay, so listen, this Ten of Swords here in reverse. Listen, those two 10 are positive ones, right? The Ten of Swords here, this is not a positive 10. We have two tens in the tarot that are heavy, let's say it this way, heavy energies. The Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands are heavy energies. So, in the place here, this reminds me of the last reading that I did. I think it was the last reading that I did. That a situation that was meant to destroy you, at the end of the day, it is bringing you happiness and stability. Because now people are not blinded anymore, or you were not blinded. You were not confused. Somebody wanted you to be confused. The Ten of Swords here in reverse, this talks about healing. People have put swords in your back, betrayed you, and you have taken them out. We are talking about people. This is in the second position. Here we are talking about emotional fulfillment, and here we are talking about legacy. Okay, listen, this is very, very interesting. Tell me more here, please. And you are turning strength. Okay. I kind of feel that this reading, it is an ode to you. An ode to you. An ode to what you have gone through, but especially to how you have handled the situation. This is amazing. This is amazing. It was testing your strength. It was testing your strengths. It was testing. I am talking here about someone who is operating from their heart space all the time. In the place of what must be done, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. You needed, in the place of the test, we have the Strength. The Strength card, it is talking about being in control of your feelings. Listen, you might be in the midst of the situation, then I kind of feel that this reading will maybe be a guide to you, right? Or you might be after the situation, right? And then it is an ode, a love song, congratulations reading to what you have been through. Yeah. This is telling me here, right, that you have been through a situation here. We know, right? There were people who had some kind of assertion about you. From what we know, what we saw, there was a smear campaign, people lying about you, making up stories about you. So people were sure that you were some kind of way. Then we have the Discovery card here. I don't think that you can see those cards, so I will show them, all right? So we have the assertion here. People thinking something about you, being sure about it, and then they discover something. And what they discover, it has to do with control. So first, when I saw that, right, for me it was obvious that what they discovered, it is that somebody wanted to control you, and I still stay there. Somebody wanted to have some kind of control over you, over the narrative. We know that, right? We know that. But now I am looking at this control here. also in a different light. At the end of the day, whatever situation you have been through, it was testing a few things. It was testing your mental clarity. Will you allow other people to put you in a mental prison? Will you prioritize what they are saying about what you know about yourself? Will you allow them to, I want to say, continue to confuse you, right? About who you are, about what's the reality? The answer is no. The Eight of Swords here is in reverse. You are not in a mental prison. The test here was, how will you deal with this situation? A very, very emotional situation, very unfair situation. People making assumptions about you, saying things about you like if it was a truth, which in fact is not a truth, right? So the test was, how will you deal with this situation? And what must be done, what you need to do, or what you need to do if you are in the midst of this situation, it is not let your feelings lead you. So when we are talking about feelings, we might be talking about love, about hope, about attachment. We might be talking about anger. This is the situation that you have been confronted to, that you experienced, right? In order for you to get out of this situation, you need to use your mind. You need to be reasonable in the sense, I don't want to say, the reasonable might sound not right, because I don't think that being very emotional in those kind of situations, it is not being reasonable. It is very reasonable. There is here some kind of injustice, clearly, driven by control, which is enraging, right? But what I mean here, it is, I kind of feel that this situation, this very painful situation here, was kind of a final test for you to fully embody your strength, your individuality, for you to realize how, in fact, other people cannot confuse you about yourself. They cannot do that. Okay, listen, I have to take the 3 more. I am so curious, so curious. The Tower in reverse, the Emperor, and the 6 of Swords. My God, this is such an interesting reading. You understand, we had people here that wanted to destroy you. This was the intention. They wanted you to be in a mental prison. They wanted you to be confused. This is what they wanted. They didn't succeed. Look, the Tower in reverse. Once again, we are talking here about healing. We are talking about healing. It feels to me truly that the message here is, yes, you have been through a horrible situation. Like what I kind of feel that Spirit is saying here. Yes, you have been through a horrible situation. You shouldn't have gone through this situation. But I want you to look at the situation from a bird's eye view. Now that you have gone through this situation, you have been tested in the worst ways possible, right? You have saved yourself. 10 of Swords in reverse, the Tower in reverse, the Emperor. The karma here, which is a very positive karma, It is that this situation has exposed your leadership qualities. This is what this situation did. And I kind of feel that it's like, I already talked about that, right? In a reading, long time ago. About the fact that I kind of felt that if you have been through this very, very difficult, terrible situation, right? And you will know if it's you because you might have truly been on the limits of leaving this planet, if you understand what I mean, right? Because it was so unfair, so painful. You might have truly been in a very, very dark spot, not knowing how to get out of it, right? If you have been there, I already said to you in the past, but maybe you were not there in the past, that I kind of feel that it is like the mastery, you know? Like if there was some kind of university in order to learn, to become the leader of what you are supposed to be a leader, right? The kind of leadership that you are supposed to be in this life, this would be the master's degree, right? We have here the 10 of Cups. This is the subject. We are talking about your happiness, right? The driving energy, we have legacy. Legacy, look at this card. Money flowing. But legacy doesn't have to be about money, right? But there is here some kind of comfort that is here and it's here to stay, right? An example that comes to my mind, right? Let's say that you are winning the lottery, right? A lot of people are playing the lottery every week. And then one day they are winning the lottery, but somehow 2 years after they don't have anything anymore, and very often they even find themselves in a worse position, financial position than before, that you are asking to yourself, how is it possible? You won $10 million. You were playing every week for years and finally you have it, and 2 years after you don't have anything anymore. How is it possible? Because they were not prepared. So it's kind of, if you, this thing that you went through that was so horrible that most people wouldn't have survived. They wouldn't have survived. But you did. And because you did, you have gained this master's degree that doesn't exist because there is no master degree in this level of life, right? We are not talking about becoming a doctor or becoming a lawyer or becoming I don't know what. No, we are talking here about the mastery of life. The mastery of life. Six of Swords, going to calmer waters. The test here, what you needed to be able to do, even though you might be somebody very, very emotional, it was to have some kind of control over your heart and not operate from your heart space, because you knew that you were dealing with people who were not operating from their heart space. And even though, because you might be somebody very loving, you naturally would be understanding, caring, forgiving, trying to speak to their heart space. No, here you were in a situation where you had to master your own heart. And we might be talking about someone that you might have been trauma bonded with them, right? So it's truly very, very, very difficult, right, to master your heart when you are trauma bonded with someone, right? So listen, it's beautiful. Yeah. The outcome here, calmer waters. That's it. That's all. It's over. It's over. If you have gone through that, right? And you are at peace with yourself, the situation might still be there, because we saw that there is no world card that came out in the last reading that I did, right? I talked about that. I don't know why I talked about that, because I felt the need to talk about it, but now I understand why. Because the situation itself is still happening, right? And for some people, whatever they have experienced, being part of, it will be something that will carry them their whole life, right? Some people are not closing cycles and going to the next one because they don't want to take accountability. They don't do all those kind of things, right? But I said for you, it might be that the world card was already there the moment that you, in fact, I have the answer now. The fact that the moment that you succeeded not to act from your heart space, act from logic, like a leader would do. Sometimes a leader needs to take decisions that it's not the decision that their heart want to take. Sometimes it's uncomfortable for their heart, but they know that it's the right decision. This is what they need to do. And listen, we see here the tower in reverse. First of all, the tower in reverse, they didn't succeed to destroy your foundation. Why? Because you already had a foundation, first of all. And second, with the tower in reverse, we are talking about healing. And this is in the healing place, the seventh position. You are now the leader. That's it. That's it. And the outcome, it is calmer waters. You finished whatever this was. For you, it's over. You will never have to deal with such a situation anymore. And it doesn't mean that there won't be those kind of situations in your life. But the way that it affected you so deeply because they were because you didn't know how to manage this situation, right? And I kind of feel also because there was something here that you needed to be able to master in some kind of way. And I'm saying that it's not that you won't deal with this situation anymore, because there will always be people that want to control you. There will always be people that will be jealous of you, especially now that you have mastered all of that. So yeah, many people, they won't approach you. They will be very, very scared of you. But you know how it is in life. The more you go up, the more you attract snakes, people that want this, that want that. But here we have the Six of Swords in the end. This is peace. This is peace. This is going to calm the water. After whatever you have gone through here, you will know what to do with the situations and you will act accordingly. You have mastered dealing with the devil, being stuck in hell, right? And we have the Ten of Cups here, emotional fulfillment, right? I truly feel here also that this card is coming here in the setting because at the end of the day, it was about you loving yourself, fighting for yourself, even if you are alone in the world. It is about this Ten of Cups here. At the end of the day, I will tell you something, right? If you truly want to have a fulfilling relationship, first of all, you need to be in the Nine of Cups energy. What is the Nine of Cups energy? Being fulfilled by yourself. When you are fulfilled by yourself, totally, right? When you know how to respect yourself. And I say know how to respect yourself because a lot of people respect themselves, but because they grew up in a toxic family because they never dealt with the narcissist and suddenly they are dealing with the narcissist. You know, all those kind of things. So we might, in fact, it's not that we don't have respect for ourselves, but we might not realize that other people are disrespecting us because we are tolerant, we are this, we are that, all those kind of things, right? So when you are in the Nine of Cups energy, you are in a place of total self-love, and not only you are in self-love, you know your worth, but you also know how to truly, deeply, in a healed way, respect yourself. And when you are in this place, the only thing that can get to you, it is a Ten of Cups, because if it's not a Ten of Cups, you will not deal with that. First of all, you will see all the red flags, and you won't accept anything less, right? And then this Ten of Pentacles here, listen. This is your legacy. You are now, it truly feels to me, right? It is in the driving energy. This is why I kind of feel that, you know, it's like if the highest have said, okay, this person has the potential, but I need to see them in a truly, truly difficult situation because there are still things that they need to learn. Because they are loving, they are caring, they have a good pattern recognition, but they might not totally trust their intuition. They might be giving or being too understanding to some people, and they need to be, as I said, a real leader. It is not to lead with your heart. It is to be in alignment. It is justice. You need to be in the justice energy. And in the justice energy, it is sometimes condemn people that you don't want to condemn because your heart doesn't want to. You know, it's like being the perfect parent. It's not easy to be there is no perfect parent, but you understand the example that I'm giving. Sometimes you have to put limits where you don't want to put limits. But you know that as the guide of this child, this is what needs to happen, right? Okay, so listen. This is wow. This is wow. Okay. Yeah, I will take a few cards just because I'm hesitating because this is so much by itself, but maybe there are some other things that I should talk about, that Spirit wants me to talk about. So I will let the cards guide me. I will take this deck because this is the most... I kind of feel that we are so much into the essence, right? It's yeah. So, okay. I truly feel that this reading, it is Spirit having a message for you and telling you this is why you went through this horrible situation. Because I needed you to be able to master your own heart. This is what I needed you to be able to do. I needed you to regain total mental clarity because there are great things coming for you. I intend to give you huge responsibilities, and I need to be sure that you will be able to handle them, that you will be able not to lose your shit when people will attack you, when people will misunderstand you, when people will try to get into your business, that you will be able to maintain your cool and take the right decisions. Truly. Truly. Okay. So I needed you to go through this situation and be totally by yourself and see how you are dealing with this situation all by yourself. Now that you succeeded, right? That you succeeded to do whatever you needed to do, I can give you your legacy. You are the leader that I needed you to be, and now, from now on, it will be peaceful, right? We have the Six of Swords here. This is going towards calmer waters, right? Okay, tell me here. Listen. Justice. It is making me emotional, to be very honest. Justice. Okay. Tell me. The Four of Swords. Yeah, you were invited here, right? To step back, think, use your mind, right? And make the right decisions. Not letting your heart lead. Let your mind lead. The Four of Swords. Tell me, about the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. Temperance in reverse. Temperance in reverse. You needed to be able, right, to stop acting trying to be fair to people that were not fair. You understand what I mean? I'm thinking about a political situation, but I don't want to talk about politics because this will just move something. But let's say, right? Let's say that we have two group of people, right? One that is kind, respectful, acting from their heart space, and another group that is demonic, the light and the dark, right? Let's just simple, the light and the dark, right? People acting from their heart space and other people acting from their shadows and their darkness, right? You cannot treat people the same way. You cannot operate with them the same way. And I kind of feel that maybe in the past, this is what you did. This is what you did. You thought that you could alchemize every situation by just being you, doing you. And it's not the case. You cannot act the same way with somebody who is empathetic, for example, and a narcissist. You cannot. You cannot. Yeah. And you cannot lead if you are thinking black-white. Like, I don't know if black-white, I said black-white, I saw the yin-yang in front of me, but it's not even that, you know, it's like, I will shine my light and I will shine my love to everyone. And I know that people are good. And I know when all the signs are in front of you that you are dealing with the devil. Because some people in your life were acting like the devil. And you were treating them with your cup full of love. This is something that you needed to master. To stop trying to bring balance in situations where there is no balance. I'm looking at this Ten of Pentacles. I'm thinking about what I already told you about the fact that You might be the most loving, the most caring person. You might be working like crazy and things might not go the way that they are supposed to go. This is what happened for me for 20 years. I was working like crazy. I was giving my all. I was giving my best and it was stuck. It was stuck until when? Until I stopped being kind, being generous towards people that were acting from devilish ways, that were treating me like shit. I knew that they were treating me like shit before. But you know, I was understanding, I was tolerant, I was this, I was that, and I would have given them everything. I would have given them everything. And this is why the highest didn't give me what I was supposed to get. Because I would have given it to monsters that don't deserve none of it. The moment that I understood, listen, you are who you are, but you are dealing here with people that are as karmic as can be. They don't give a shit about you. And if you could unalive yourself, they would be very, very happy. And this is what they are trying to do. So you need to stop caring for them. You need to stop being generous to them. You need to cut them out. This is when suddenly everything opened. Things flow suddenly. You understand what I mean? This is exactly what it is. Tell me here, the Eight of Swords. The Ace of Wands in reverse. Yes. Stop giving your energy where you don't, where it is just used in the worst way possible, right? This is the mental prison. You were in a mental prison because you were continuing to give your energy to people who were just using this energy to serve themselves, to weaken you, just to make you work more and more and more and more to get to the exactly same result. You got out of this mental prison the moment you stop giving energy to those people. And if you are in the midst of that, I want you to understand, right? That when you are dealing with those kind of people, those kind of situations, right? And you are trying to be understanding and you are loving and you are caring and you don't receive anything from them. The only thing that you receive from them is stress. And I'm not saying it lightly because I will tell you something. When you are in the midst of that, why is it so difficult to step back? Because when you are dealing with such karmic people, you are confused because they are confusing you all the time. And you are tired. You are emotionally drained because they are emotionally draining you. You are giving your all and they are not giving anything back. So you are drained, you are confused, you are all of that. Trust and believe that the moment that you are stepping back, and please, if you have been through that, in the comment, please share your experience if you have experienced that too. Right? The moment that you are stepping back, the moment that you are taking back your energy, right? You are protecting yourself from those people who are energy vampires and they are just trying to keep you weak. You are regaining your mental clarity. When you are dealing with those people, you are in a mental fog. You don't see yourself clearly. You don't see them clearly. You don't see the reality clearly. This is why very often people from outside, they see, but I don't understand why this person is still dealing with them. Yes, because they don't know what you are, what people who are dealing with those toxic people, what is happening inside of them. Right? It's not so easy. From outside, it's very easy to see the red flags, to see the disrespect, to see that you are working, not getting anything, just slap in the face. But trust and believe, the moment that you step back, that you feel safe, you regain your mental clarity. You regain your mental clarity, and there it is kind of a rebirth. A rebirth. You have no idea of the kind of different life. You think differently, you are in full power, and when I say in full power, you are in full power. Because you had to endure that also for so much time. So trust and believe that the moment that you step back of that, you are in full power. Okay, let's see. Here, the Strength card. Tell me. The Moon in reverse. Seeing the truth for what it is. Stop allowing yourself to be confused. If you feel that there are things happening behind your back, if your intuition is screaming at you, right? You listen. The Moon, no more confusion. No more confusion. This is when you are also in a place of strength. When you are not, I want to say, lying to yourself, because at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is not to be insulting, right? But when you are putting pink-colored glasses because you are hopeful and loving and all those kind of things, at the end of the day, you are kind of lying to yourself, right? Yeah. And you are confusing yourself because you don't even know what to do. Because emotionally, it's so confused that it's so difficult to be in control of your own feelings and emotions and know how to take the right decisions, right? Yeah, I was talking about the mental fog and regaining your mental clarity. The Moon in reverse. This is exactly what it is. The Ace of Cups in reverse. Tell me. The Two of Wands. The moment that you stop operating from your heart space, right? The moment that you stop being overflown by your own emotions, which I don't blame you if you are dealing with toxicity. Of course you are overflown with emotions, all kind of emotions, right? But the moment that you succeed, and it is mastery, right? Just to be clear, I am not blaming you for anything that you are going through. It's all very, very normal. And getting to this level of mastery, most people never ever reach that. Never reach that. Most people in this situation, they are ending themselves, right? Because it is unbearable. It's unbearable, right? The Two of Wands, yes. The moment you succeed to put your feelings to one side, you are able to look at the future and take the right decisions. With your feelings and emotions in the way, you cannot. But truly, it is a high level of mastery. Most people don't get there. They don't get there. Let's be honest. I'm just taking one card because, as said, you know, if now two cards are coming up, they are coming up. But because this reading is so straightforward and so strong by itself, I told you, I didn't even truly feel the need to take more cards. I'm doing it because I know that this is what is expected. And I'm not saying you, my dear collective. I'm talking about my relationship with my ancestors, my spirits, you know. I'm taking the cards to know what to tell you, right? So I'm doing it, but I feel that one card is enough. So, the Tower in reverse. The Fool. A new beginning. A new beginning. With the Fool, we are also talking about faith, right? So faith maybe in the highest, but maybe in yourself also, right? Because, you know, I'm a healer and I say somebody who is, why is it so difficult to go and heal when you are truly very, very, very down? Because in order to heal, you need already to be in a state of mind that you want to fight for yourself. And when you are very, very, very down, very often, you don't want to fight for yourself. So healing is, in fact, self-love. It is self-respect. It is self-worth. the moment that you could master whatever needed to be mastered that I explained already over and over again, so I won't, right? There is this new beginning. That's it. That's all. It was all about faith in yourself. This was the thing, because I feel that during big part of your life, people could confuse you very, very easily. Very easily. And you might have already started the healing process, and you might have already been interested in all kind of subject related to psychology, all those kind of things, right? But there's a difference between theory and being truly in the experience itself, right? And here you have proven truly that you have faith in yourself. The Fool. You were ready to put a total ending to all of that and start anew. You need cojones to do that. You need balls to do that, right? Not everybody can do that. Tell me, the Emperor. The Magician in reverse. Nobody can manipulate you anymore. It's over. It's done. It's done. Here I will take another card. Tell me more about this Emperor. You know, it tells me even more here. You know what it tells me? It tells me that you have overcome black magic. And when I'm saying black magic, it can truly be black magic, right? Like we understand it. But we might be talking about spell work, for example, which is also black magic. Lying on you, about you, black magic. Gaslighting you, black magic. Manipulating you, black magic. Why the Magician in reverse is talking about manipulation? Because black magic is manipulation is black magic. That's it, that's all. People trying to confuse your mind. With the Magician, we are with the energy of Mercury. We are with the second letter of the alphabet. 2, you know, we are talking with 2 about partnerships, relationship, all those kind of things, right? So, people trying to confuse your mind, using their words in order to confuse your mind, or not using words, but it's about the mind. With Mercury, we are talking about the intellect, the mind, communication, all those kind of things, right? Yeah. You master that, the Emperor. Nobody can play with you anymore. It's over, it's done. You will know how to protect yourself, the 4 of Cups. You will not drink anybody's poison. You won't. You won't. The 6 of Swords. The World in reverse. And the Tower. You are going towards calmer water, right? Leaving behind people who are stuck in a cycle, right? They are stuck in a cycle. The World in reverse. They are stuck in a cycle and they are going through a tower now. This is their awakening. Whatever hell on earth they have created for you, they are stuck in it now. You are going towards calmer waters, the 6 of Swords. Now, they are dealing with that. This is a terrible energy. The World in reverse, they are stuck in a cycle of destruction. And you are on your little boat, going towards calmer water. That's it. This is the outcome. I also told you that I feel that very often people of the collective that have already, you know, if you are from the collective but you are still very young, unexperienced, unhealed, or in the beginning, then you are not going through those kind of situations because, as said, you cannot handle it, right? But when you are already in an advanced stage, then I kind of feel that a lot of us are going through those kind of things because, first of all, it is our mastery in something that we cannot learn in university, right? This is not something that you can learn in university, right? And we are talking about this, the strength energy, while not being emotionally numb, right? Because this is the whole thing. A lot of people are totally in control of their feelings, but they are numb. They are numb, right? They are disconnected from their feelings. When you are disconnected from your feelings, you are disconnected from your soul path. You are disconnected from your intuition. The whole thing, it is to be able to be in the strength energy, but still be connected to your heart. This is truly the strength. To be connected to your heart space, but to know how to operate with it, right? This is the mastery of strength. A lot of people are in strength energy, yeah, except that, no, they are not. They are not. They are half human being, right? Because they disconnected themselves of their soul. This is the whole difference. To be connected to your soul and still be able to have the balance between your heart and your mind, right? Yeah, so listen, you are going towards calmer water and they are behind. And as said, I kind of feel that this is also, it is a mastery for us, right? The mastery. Afterwards, we are done. We are just doing our work. And it is also an awakening for those who can, who are able and willing to awaken, right? Because in those situations, there is a lot of people that are attacking us. We find ourselves alone. Everybody trying to convince us that we are not who we are, trying to convince us that the reality that we are going through, we are not going through, right? It's all about that. The Eight of Swords, right? So anyway, I will just take a card for the outcome to see if there is anything more here for the outcome. Let's see the outcome. The Page of Cups. It's beautiful. The purity of heart. The inner child, the healed inner child, a rebirth. No more confusion. No more confusion. Nobody can confuse you anymore. Because you are always able to see things from a different perspective. It's beautiful. Listen, I will leave it here. I truly feel that this is not, once again, I have forgotten to do my intro, right? But I kind of feel that this reading is truly not for everybody. It's truly for some people. You will know if it's for you. And I kind of feel that some people might still be in the midst of it. So I hope that it is kind of... I think that if you are in the midst of it, it will resonate with you, what I told you, because I kind of feel that you know somewhere inside of yourself that there is some kind of higher plan here, right? Yeah, I'm looking back at those cards here, right? The assertion, discovery, and control, right? Look, now that we had this reading. Yeah. It was all about self-control. And look that on this card of control, we have the snake. The snake is talking about awareness. Look at this person here. Look at this card. Can you see that? Look, discovery. I'm looking at that and it truly tells me, you know, there was so much assertions about you maybe, right? And maybe you yourself also, about yourself, right? And at the end of the day, all of this, it has allowed you to discover your own strength, right? Listen, I will leave it here. I hope that it was helpful. I would love to read you in the comments. If you have gone through this period where you got no contact or you took distance of people who were very, very toxic, and you can relate to what I explained about the mental fog and getting out of that and getting into your mental clarity, right? If you have experienced that and you feel okay to share about this experience, I would love you to do that to help others truly understand, right? Because when you are in the midst of it, you cannot even imagine the world that is opening to you, right? So anyway, sending you a lot of love. I'll see you in the comments. Wishing you a beautiful day, afternoon, evening, whenever you are watching this. Until very, very soon. Bye.